May I introduce now Brian Smith from UNISON to say a few words.
UNISON branch in Glasgow are delighted to be here today. We're pleased that the EIS Association in Glasgow have invited us along. As we know, teachers, child development officers, school support staff or college workers didn't cause this crisis, and they shouldn't be asked to pay the cost of it, and neither should our children, or as Tom said there, other people who use vital services provided by the council and others who work in education. UNISON branch represent about 2,500 support staff and nursery workers within the council, and another about 800 workers within the 9 colleges in Glasgow. So again, we are delighted to be here and certainly want to be involved in joint trade union work along with the EIS to defend public sector services, education and other services provided by the council. The issue of jobs is one that UNISON has highlighted a number of times recently. Glasgow City Council intend to cut 4,000 posts over the next 3 years. Across Scotland, COSLA reckoned there could be 50,000 less council jobs by 2013, and that's against a background of 1 in 4 young people being out of work in Scotland. It's a disgrace, and the politicians who make these decisions should be ashamed of themselves. And as Tom says, the cuts are not inevitable, and we need to campaign and fight back against them. We're facing cuts about 15% in local authority budgets over the next few years, and it will affect all services, be it in education or in social work or in culture and sports services, and also within our colleges. And even yesterday, the Glasgow UNISON branch was informed that Stowe College have got a major cut from the funding council to their grant, which if it goes through with our view, may actually threaten the existence of the college. And there's obviously the issue then of the new Glasgow College, which is being introduced. We're not against in UNISON improving facilities, but we're not convinced that the expansion of that college will necessarily be to the benefit of learners in Glasgow or indeed the staff that deliver those services. The Stowe College UNISON members are lobbying the Scottish Parliament on the 4th of May, and if people want more information about that, or if the EIS could provide some support towards that, then we would certainly welcome that. The issue of how do we pay for the services is quite straightforward from UNISON's point of view. You tax the rich, you clamp down on tax avoidance, and you make the people who got us into this crisis pay, rather than continuing to give them bonuses. Workers didn't cause this crisis, and they shouldn't be asked to pay for it. In Glasgow, and I'll finish just in 2 points, in Glasgow next Friday, we've probably got the first dispute as a consequence of the strike this year, where 1,500 workers in culture and sport Glasgow will be out in strike next Friday, which will affect libraries, museums, community centres and swimming pools across Glasgow. And that is because the people in the building behind us and the people who run culture and sport Glasgow a couple of streets down want a pay freeze for workers who earn 13, 14, 15,000 pounds a year. They want to cut 200 workers' wages by 10%, and they want to attack conditions of service like public holidays. And the 4 trade unions within that particular employer have got ballot results, which means that people will be out of strike next week. And I hope the EIS members will give the colleagues and the 4 unions their support. I'm sure they will. The final point I would want to make is that the 6th of May is a very important date in May. But for me, the more important date is the 7th of May. Because regardless of who walks in to Downing Street, they are going to cut services. Some of them want to do it faster, some of them want to do it deeper, but they're all going to attack our public services. We therefore need trade union unity. We need to work with local communities, and in UNISON we're very pleased that the EIS have become involved in the initiative to defend Glasgow services, and I think that is the way forward, because the fight will start on the 7th of May, and I hope we'll be working together on that. All the best.
Thanks very much, Brian.